AutoLife caught up to an icon in the game. Big Mike has received numerous magazine features and has a true passion for what he does.
Big Mike, Southern California, born and raised. I'm spending time with my peoples. Armando, I didn't know him very well personally, but we had a lot of mutual friends. So I came to pay my respects for him, enjoy Southern California, Honda, Japanese car lifestyle, just have a good time, man. I brought out my 92 Prelude. It's been a labor of love for me. My first love in the Honda game was my hatch, my blue hatch, which was graced with a feature in Honda Tuning Magazine, December of 2005. And then I sold it. A couple set of circumstances led me to have to sell the car, and life progressed, and I found myself fighting the itch. And I was like, you know, I can't do it much longer. I had the Prelude for about a year and a half, bought it from a friend with a blown motor, put a regular motor in it, was driving around about a year and a half, and then one day I said, this is ridiculous, you know, like I need to stop suppressing it. So just took about 10,000 I had saved up, went to town, man. Went to Honda, bought every molding, clip, bracket, rubber, strip, sealing you could think of. You know, ripped it apart, had a whole DuPont chrome base paint, bought from the primer sealer, and just painted it up, man. And I had my boys down at JDM Concepts finish up some work that I had a sport car motion work on. JDM Concepts and Aries, one of my inspirations in the Prelude game. He gets down, man. And both him and Gabe from JDM Concepts finished it up. And just, you know, Aaron Bonk, former editor of Honda Tuning Magazine, saw the car and liked what I did with it, and blessed me with the cover, man, July 2008. So I've just been doing it ever since, man, switching up different sets of wheels that I have and keeping it generation specific. Set of AV3s, the most copied rim of all time before spoons came out, Koenig Monsoons, Katanas, that's where they all got it from. And it's been a favorite set of wheels of mine, so I just rock those and just keeping it real era specific, man, just having a good time with it. You know, man, it's not. I have some plans right now. I love the color. Everyone's been real gracious to me about the way they feel about the color I went with. It's not too bright. It's not too out there. But I'm gonna redo the car, man. I wanna redo the bay a little bit, clean it up, and just put some creativity that I wasn't able to do the first time into it this time. So it's a few more months, man. I'll bring it out. You can call it a scene, you can call it a game, you can call it a culture, you can call it a lifestyle. It's all semantics. Some people are gonna say it's none of those. Some people are gonna say it's one of those. Some people say it's a combination of each one. But whatever it is to each person, if it's a game, you play a game to win. If it's a scene, you come out to be seen and not be laughed at. So if you're gonna play a game, come out to win, right? Cats out here, I mean, I respect them, they come out here, have a good time, but why? I mean, when they look at their car, do they say, I wanna build something subpar? Nobody look at their car and say, I wanna build something like that. People are gonna look at it and be like, oh, next. So if you're gonna put it together, if you're gonna play the game or live the lifestyle, or you wanna be seen and remembered, play the game to win. That's what I'm doing. Is it dying? Look around you, man. If it was dying, there wouldn't be 1,000 people here and hundreds of cars that I know of dudes that drove from Georgia, Tennessee, Arizona, NorCal all day, every day. I mean, the West Coast just brings them out, dude. And if it was dying, this wouldn't be what it is. This is forever gonna be a part of Honda lifestyle, if that's what you want to call it. And I mean, look around you, man. This is half the people have left. I mean, pan out, you know what I mean? Pan the camera out. It isn't dead. I mean, you have an influx of children. I mean, real talk. You have an influx of children that don't know how to act right. That's why we have to deal with a heavier police presence. I mean, it could be as simple as no front plate and you get your hood popped. It could be as simple as tinted windows and you get your hood popped. Before, you would hear those stories on the boards or whatever and be like, damn, I wish that doesn't happen to me. Now, if you get pulled over and you don't get your hood popped, that's now the exception. So is it dying? It's dying to the people that don't want to stick with it. It's dying to the people that are tired of having to pay for all them ref tickets. And yeah, I mean, you can't knock them for it. But as far as the majority of the game, man, this indicates that it's not dying and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. There is no prep. I turn the car on and I drive here. That's what the preparation is. Now, I'm not knocking the people that got whether or not they'll be offended by someone classifying their whip as a show car. If you have to spend 30 minutes putting stuff together and blue taping your joint to get here, then it's not necessarily what you want people to perceive it as. But San Francisco, Week Fest, I drove that up just like that, with a hood though, just like that. It is what it is. I start it up, I drive it here. I'm gonna put the hood back on, I'm gonna start it up and drive it home. That's it, man. I drive it 5-6 days a week. What you see is what you get with me. Ties back into what I was saying. You wanna get into it, you know, I mean, if you're young, whether that means chronologically or experience-wise, whatever that means, get into it, do your research, learn from the OGs, watch, read, and learn. It's an art, it's a science, just like anything else. Don't just run up in something, and because you're gonna get thrown into the same category. Nobody wants to get into a game to lose. Nobody wants to get into a scene to be seen and then laughed at. You want to be seen and remembered. So you want to get in, dude, pay your dues just like we all did. You know, get rolled, get your tickets, and just learn what's right, what's not right, what's good, what's not good. Put your own twist on it, and come through and let's see what we think, man.
After the event, AutoLife hung out with Big Mike for an exclusive with his wicked Prelude. Big Mike is a good friend of ours over at AutoLife, and during our first interactions with him, we knew he wasn't one to cut corners or half-step. We saw Big Mike's Prelude go from nothing to something, pretty much overnight. Many claim his Prelude to be the best in the game right now. Big Mike's wicked Prelude features some of the best parts. Here's a rundown of some of the parts featured on Big Mike's car. The funny thing is, Big Mike took the car apart for a makeover shortly after we got these shots. Stay tuned for what Big Mike has in store for us in the future.